guys, we are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So I have been told that Camel Face and other executives have warned Doechii about Nicki Minaj. Now, a few days ago, Nicki Minaj went on Station Head, and she was throwing some shade at Doechii. According to fans, they feel like she was calling Doechii out for basically copying her. Okay, so let's take a listen to that.
I mean, sometimes you wake up and you wonder, is it my fault that I have good cooch? Is it my fault that I was born with it, everything, you know? But then I think, yes, no, it's not. But here we are. I can understand the desperation sometimes. You know, we be on here for a whole hour and 2 hours playing songs that's not even my big hits. You see? And because of that, there's a lot more studying that needs to go on into this thing here. And I think that it will take at least another 10 years. At least another 10 years. For the... How can I say this? Well, I'm not going to say it. All I'll say is what I just said. You see, love is love. True love can't be duplicated, can't be forced, can't stay stalking people looking for the source. Because what you get is the broth.
Okay, and so as we've been seeing, especially recently, people feel like Doechii's an industry plant. She's been forced in our faces. She has been exposed for copying Nicki Minaj in several songs, channeling her inner Roman. And I was told that Camel Face and the industry execs have warned Doechii about Nicki Minaj because the industry, okay, this is coming from behind the scenes, they feel like Nicki Minaj beefs with every rapper, every female rapper that gets a buzz or starts becoming popular. Okay, so Doechii is planning on clapping back at the haters. She's planning on addressing the industry plant narrative that people have been spreading. Okay, and she will also be dissing Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. Ice Spice called her the chosen dark-skinned girl. She also said that Doechii doesn't benefit from pretty privilege. Doechii saw those text messages. And Camel Face has already heard shots that are going to be thrown at Nicki on this Doechii track. Same thing with Ice Spice. She gonna get it too. Ice Spice better get in the booth. Now, execs have told Doechii that she's beef with Cardi B, Megan. She unfollowed Ice Spice, JT, Koi Fish, Lil' Kim, Remy Ma. So that's what they're saying, that there's a pattern with Nicki Minaj. Okay, that's what the industry execs are saying. The only person is Sexy Red so far, but that could change with the T. With that being said, how should Nicki Minaj respond? Let me know. Clearly, she's throwing shade on social media. So should she respond in the booth like Doechii? Now, moving on from that, Doja Cat has one of the most streamed solo rap songs on Spotify this decade. She has 1.318 billion streams for Paint the Town Red. And then Need to Know has 1.2 to 7 billion. Okay. Doja Cat is the only rapper with 2 songs in the top 5. Okay. And that is great. This is great for Doja Cat. But I feel like Need to Know is a pop record. The Town is Dead, to me, that's a pop record. These aren't really rap songs, but congratulations to Doja Cat. I do think that Doja deserves her success. She's a very hardworking female rapper. She is on her 5th album. Cardi B hasn't even put out her 2nd. So I feel like Doja Cat does deserve the success she gets. Now, Cardi B is teasing her return to music. She posted on her Instagram a year ago today, Cardi B released Enough. It remains the last solo female rap song to reach the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. And she responded to this accolade, let me stop playing and release, okay, with a smiling emoji. Seems like she is teasing an announcement. Allegedly, she's supposed to be making an announcement soon. And she is planning on dropping a hit record so she can go top 10 again. But she will be competing with JT. See, it was announced that JT will be dropping her Ran Out single sometime in March, okay? So let me know how y'all feel about it. Who you think is going to have the hotter single, JT or Cardi B? I feel like Cardi B is going to be more commercially successful, okay? Because she gets a big push most of the time when she drops. But JT probably could out-rap Cardi B easily, okay? So I feel like JT, she's not going to have the same success as Cardi B, but she definitely out-rapping her easily, okay? It won't even really be a competition, but it looks like they will be competing for the top spot. I just feel like Cardi B probably gonna take the top spot chart-wise. Now, moving on from that, Riri was spotted with Blue Ivy at Rolling Loud. Now, Camel Face and Queen B weren't there, but I guess Riri was the babysitter for the night. I was told that Camel Face called up Riri and said, can you watch over Blue Ivy while she goes to Rolling Loud? And as we know, Rihanna has kids of her own, even though she be out and about 24/7. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, Riri and Queen B, they're cool, they're besties. No, Camel Face asked Rihanna to watch over Blue, not Queen B. Okay? And Queen B and Tina were not going to be there. And as I told y'all before, what Camel Face says, go. Queen B and Rihanna are going to listen to him no matter what. He's the middleman between Riri and Queen B. And I'm hearing Camel Face still wants Riri to release some music, okay? He wants her to release an album. If she don't ever release a next album, Camel Face is not going to be happy about it, okay? So, typically, no shade, Riri and Queen B, they do whatever Camel Face says. He's a gatekeeper. Hopefully one day we can finally get a Rihanna and Queen B collaboration. But I feel like that would only happen once they both fall off musically. That's when they're going to do the collaboration, when they both fall off musically. And then they're going to try to gag the live. That's what it gives. Because they've been in the same circle for years and they have never worked together, ever. Now, moving on from that, Kendrick is being accused of blackballing and shelving Baby Keem, who is his cousin and who is signed to PG Lang. Now, a fan said Kendrick signed Baby Keem to PG Lang, took that nigga's flow, and shelved him. He is a demon, okay? Now, I want to know on what song has Kendrick taken Baby Keem's flow. I need to know the answer to that. And then on top of that, I don't think he has shelved Baby Keem. I've heard that Baby Keem has full control over his career and that Kung Fu Kenny is guiding him, okay? But he's not going to hold Baby Keem's hand and give him every hit, okay? Champagne Thickums don't do that to the artists he signs, okay? He only did a collaboration album with Party Next Door because the industry basically turned on him. Let's be very clear. But prior to that, he was basically keeping Party Next Door in the closet and having Party Next Door write for him. That's what he was using Party Next Door for. Same thing with Majid and the other artists on OVO. So I don't understand why people act like Kendrick Lamar is supposed to give Baby Keem every hit and that he's sabotaging Baby Keem. He's not moving like Queen Bee does with One More Beyonce, okay? I'm hearing that he's very helpful and influential to Baby Keem's career and that he's helping, guiding him through the industry, okay? But that doesn't mean that he's going to give him every hit and hand him over a career. That's not how it works. You got to get it through the mud like real artists do. Now, moving on from that, ASAP the Colorist will be receiving Donkey of the Day for clout chasing like he usually do. He can't ride Rihanna's wave musically anymore. So he trying to ride Kung Fu Kenny and Champagne Thickum and J. Cole's wave, okay? Because they're the most relevant male rappers, especially since they have like 15 plus years in the game. So he previewed some new music at Rolling Loud, and this is what he said. So if you really couldn't hear, he said, I ain't on J. Cole, I ain't on Champagne Thickums, I ain't on Kendrick's side, I choose homicide, then gonna see a different side. That bar was weak. And weren't you dissing Champagne Thickums last year and earlier this year with J. Cole? You dissed him on, I think it was the We Still Don't Trust You album with Future and Metro. Now, he said in that song, N-words in they feelings over women, what you hurt or something, I smashed before you birth, son. Flacco hit it first, son. So he talking about sleeping with Champagne Thickum's baby mama, who used to be basically a whore in the industry before Champagne Thickums had a child with Sophie, okay, who is his baby mama. He said, still Dawn, trust you, is always us, never them. Heard you drop your latest ish. Funny how it came and went, okay? So clearly, you're not on Champagne Thickum's side. That was obvious. But you hopped on the Kung Fu Kenny wave when he first dissed Champagne Thickums, and then everybody started dissing him. Okay? Y'all all basically dissed him at the same time. You, The Weeknd, Rick Ross. Like, I don't understand why you trying to act like you wasn't on that wave. And then on top of that, you're not on J. Cole, Champagne Thickums, or Kung Fu Kenny's level. Okay, so you need to stop name dropping them. It's giving clout chaser. Okay, they don't need you on their side because you're not on their level. Let's be clear. To me, I don't think ASAP the Colorist is that great of a rapper, to be quite honest. I think he needs to stick to being Rihanna's baby daddy because he ain't that great of a fashion icon either. I think his looks are tacky. You need to sit down. Now, moving on from that, D0ECH's Anxiety is predicted to debut at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. It will mark her highest Hot 100 debut of her career. And I think that's a song that's going viral on TikTok. Okay? And the song is catchy. The song is catchy. It samples Somebody I Used to Know, which was a hit. Okay? Like 15 years ago. So she's sampling a classic record. Of course, is going to go, eventually, I feel like it's going to go top 10. Okay, this is probably going to be her first top 10, so congratulations to D0ECH on that. Now, moving on from that, Iggy Azalea basically exposes Lucian Grange for owing her money, aka Universal. She said, Universal Music, mark my words, you ugly B word. You will pay me what's owed. This has been going on between myself and them privately for over 2 years and counting, by the way. She wrote, crazy how my entire career, I was never paid a single royalty by Universal Music for anything outside of the US. They owe me millions of dollars in back pay that they technically stole from me. As per my contract, I am due payment. The amount owed is an 8-figure range. Last week, they tried to respond to my lawyer and offer me a settlement of $18,000. I told them this is a normal response from their lawyers, and after appearing in court, they end up paying millions as they're supposed to. Thankfully, I'm well off and can and will pursue this issue until they pay me what they owe. I like to publicly say that I think Universal Music are criminals. Oh my goodness. Did she just say they're criminals? No, she did not just say that. Oh, Lord Iggy, don't do that. Who actively take advantage of all their artists in perpetuity for their own gain. They are the scummiest company. They do this to so many artists who unfortunately can't afford to fight for what they're owed. Thus, they can get away with this behavior. Universal really needs to do better in their treatment of artists who quite literally earn the millions via intellectual property they had zero part in creating. Yuck. Then she shows some text messages that says, Universal came back and said they owe you $18,000. Others said that's par from the course. He had audits where they came back and say you owe them money and then end up paying artists hundreds of thousands. We're going back to them this week. These labels are effing criminals. And I guess she responded and said LMFAO. Okay? Listen, Iggy, you better be careful. Okay, I got some tea on what happened to Iggy's career on Patreon. We discussed that last night on live. And with that being said, Iggy, you know, you've already been having issues for more than 2 years. I suggest that you continue to handle this privately because you speaking out publicly, you put a target on your back. Okay, so, you know, I don't want anything to happen to Iggy Iggs. She better be careful. Going up against Lucian is not going to be a pretty sight for you. Not saying artists don't have a right to speak out in regards to injustice they might, you know, get from the industry. But I feel like when you start speaking out, it does put a target on your back. Okay? And Iggy was already having issues. And I can, you know, spill that tea on Patreon. I already have the video up. I think it's important for people to handle things privately. Once you start speaking out publicly, don't be shocked when you get sabotaged. Like, just don't be. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.